Good morning, friends. It is good to see you. I hope you are doing well today. Our scripture reading for this morning for Daily Bread is coming from Matthew 14, starting with verse 13. And it says this: Now when Jesus heard this, he withdrew from there in a boat to a deserted place by himself. But when the crowds heard it, they followed him on foot from the towns. When he went ashore, he saw a great crowd, and he had compassion for them and cured their sick. When it was evening, the disciples came to him and said, "This is a deserted place, and the hour is now late. Send the crowds away so that they may go into the villages and buy food for themselves." Jesus said to them, "They need not go away. You give them something to eat." They replied, "We've nothing here but 5 loaves and 2 fish. And he said, "Bring them here to me." Then he ordered the crowds to sit down on the grass. Taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, he looked up to heaven and blessed and broke the loaves and gave them to the disciples, and the disciples gave them to the crowds. And all ate and were filled, and they took up what was left over of the broken pieces, 12 baskets full. And those who ate were about 5,000 men, besides women and children. So that's our scripture reading for today about how Jesus works amazing things out of small things sometimes. And I don't know yet if you guys have heard the story of the 99-year-old war vet who decided for his 100th birthday he was going to walk 100 laps in his backyard garden and try and raise 1,000 pounds in Britain, which is like $1,200, $1,245. So that was his goal, and he set out to do that, and every day he'd go and walk some laps in the garden, and people heard about it and decided to donate to his cause, and he just finished his 100th lap a few days ago, and as of this morning has raised over $19 million, which when he set out to raise 1,000 pounds, $1,200, can you imagine that he thought he could raise $19 million for those who are working in the COVID crisis. So I think so often we look at what we have and we worry that we don't have enough, or we think, God, I'm only one small person, I can't make a difference. But Jesus uses small people to do really big, amazing, awesome things. So how can Jesus be using you today to make a difference in the lives of your neighbors? How can Jesus be using you and working in your life to provide so much more than enough? I hope you have an awesome day, friends. Love ya. Bye.